I have a few questions. So let us look into that first. So here, last week you said we should not drink water before class. We only know we should not drink water during class. So I drink water after getting up in the morning already for many years. Should I change this and drink water after pranayama class? If you are drinking 1 cup, is also say that 1 cup this big. No, say 150, 200 ml. Around that, roughly. That's okay. That is fine, even to drink before your pranayama class. But if you are doing something, the water therapy, empty stomach, drinking 1 liter or 1.5 liter of water, then immediately sitting in pranayama. Definitely, it is not advisable. But if it is just less amount, a cup or something around that, which is fine, which is not really going to give any trouble. What in case if you are drinking more water, what you can do? So in that case, definitely my advice would be you drink after the session. If you drink like that, 1 liter or more, something like that. Last session, I was explaining also what happens when your organs are very busy. Bladder, intestines, when there is a food. So please understand that. Okay, nice. Other question here. In the morning, teacher will guide home and observe the gap between inhalation and exhalation to become an observer. The shape of Om's mouth changes from opening to closing. I would like to ask the teacher to explain again. the meaning of Om. We really go into deeper, it requires probably many sessions. And still, we may not come into same understanding as I want you to understand. Maybe. As of now, you can understand. For the ultimate existence or ultimate being, a name is given. It's been called as Om. How we will connect with something ultimate. Our senses need something to relate, to grasp. Our eyes may see many things, but it requires certain name for all the forms, whatever it sees. When it sees a tree, for that form, it needs a name to register. The image may be registered, but when it comes to communicate, we need a name for that. That's why we all have names. So when you see a tree, you may recognize the image. Whenever you talk about it or you want to say something about it, you can't describe everything, right? You can't say the tree, that thing, you can't even say the tree, right? Has rooted well. It has a big trunk. It has many branches. It has green leaves. It has old leaves. It has some fruits. You can't go into all these explanations. So when we simply say tree, whatever the description you have given with the image, immediately you are linking, connecting. Then not enough. Then we need to be very particular, as there are many trees. Then we are naming, okay, this is mango tree, this is coconut tree. Is that varieties of trees, and each has its own name. That's how in scriptures, Yoga Sutra and other scriptures, they have given actually few names based on the way they want to recognize. And for that ultimate being, the one name is Om. Though in Sutra it is mentioned as Ishvara, the translation for Ishvara everywhere mentioned as God. I may not say the exact word God. Very easily we can misunderstand, because we have a lot of concepts about God. Because the moment you hear the word God, because of our past experience, our way recognizing, the mind immediately will ask which God. So it is not really exactly giving the meaning. But we can recognize this way ultimate being, the ultimate existence. There is no other being like this. We don't need to get into any imagination that being a person, that being is this, that, like that. But at least we can recognize there is an ultimate being which we don't know, or we are not recognizing yet. We want to know, we want to recognize, we want to experience of that ultimate being's existence. Then this name very simply will relate. It is Om. Why Om? Why not home? Why not bomb? Why not mom? You can't specifically or logically come to certain explanation, but a different explanation given on that. That sound which is there throughout the universe, the soundless sound. When you go deeper inward, when your senses are withdrawing from the outward world, that inner sound, that sound of silence, has certain resemblance of this sound. It may be neither O nor im in between the sound. But you can't create any word without certain vowels. So to our individual being, for us, to know, to recognize, or to experience the ultimate being, we need a name and something with that. This Om is the word to mention, to communicate for our own mind, not even to communicate outside. As our mind, talkative mind. For the mind to say something about this ultimate existence. Then the mind also will be easier to recognize. Why? Because the mind functions with a division in dualistic state. We have seen already day and night, pain, pleasure, good, bad, ugly, beautiful. So when we want to recognize, we need a word. And as it has been mentioned in many scriptures, used, that's why Patanjali says, to know your inner being, meditate on this Om. Using Om as mantra. When we go into Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi, the mind needs something to catch, to hold. When it is active, when we are getting into this dharana, straight away you ask the mind to go empty, it will not go. That's why it gets attracted with the senses by image, by sound, by smell, taste, etc. And it is keep jumping from one sense to other sense. Now, when we get the ability to withdraw the senses and go inward, still the mind needs something to hold. So we are giving this Om as a mantra. So I have to do something. The mind needs to do something. Even you close your eyes, sit idle, may not. So one of the technique. Om, 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 Om. Reciting this mantra orally or mentally. To establish the connection with the ultimate. It's a kind of calling name. The same scripture saying, actually you are calling yourself. That ultimate being, the universal being, is there everywhere. We are not able to recognize. So when this mind calling the Om, it is actually calling himself as the ultimate form. If you are using as a mantra, as a meditation, it should not be recited longer. When we are, if we are, in case, if you are using as mantra, you should not recite like we are doing. That sheer effort itself will keep you away from going inward, as it requires an effort physically. It takes away the energy when you do long time. But if the purpose is to go inward as a meditation, then it should be shorter. Om, 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 Om. That rhythm within that 2-3 counts. The length of the Om should be like this only. Within that 2-3 counts. But before our classes, asana, pranayama, many times, The same womb we are lengthening for various reasons. Bring the attention from outside world to your inside world. Definitely to wake us up. The moment you lengthen, you are actually waking the whole body. The whole nervous system wakes up. Mentally. See the difference. When we are looking into the gap between creating this sound, and we want to go also between the inhalation, exhalation, exhalation, inhalation. So that observation is the experience of that silence, which we want to be longer. It will give some glimpse of that, a momentary experience of silence. So understand this much. A detailed explanation, if we get into that, then many things we need to bring about. Okay. Next question. Okay, this is about the posture. When I am doing pranayama with the sitting position, frontal part, the beginning part of the class around within 30 minutes, sitting, nostril passages, chest and the breath all are fine, but after that the leg become numb, especially the outside leg, from the toes to the root of the leg. If sitting continuously, it will be more numbness. I'm sure it is not in the joint, but the muscle level. I have tried the higher support, supporting under the legs. After a long time, still like this. Because of numbness of the leg, the mind becoming also getting disturbed, the influence, the quietness of the mind, the states of the breath. So I want to ask, does it related with my age, becoming elder and just going to menopause? Any way to release? Numbness comes. Even I changed my leg position. Can I choose lying down position or going on to regulate the breath? When you are doing pranayama or when you are doing meditation, if your posture is not supporting, obviously you can't focus or do pranayama or meditation. So definitely the posture without numbness, if there is numbness, it is not really bringing your, seeking your attention, will be better or should be like that. You increasing, after increasing the height, supporting whatever the way you can use the prop, of course it also has certain duration, time period, how long you can do that. So now you are asking, does it related with my age, becoming older and also going to menopause? We can't negate this. Yes, definitely one possibility. Especially if you are not get used to sit longer without moving for a certain amount of time. The body get used to position itself in a certain way. So mostly standing or sitting higher. Then suddenly you want to sit steady, cross leg position, longer period of time, more than 30 minutes, more than 20 minutes. And you can understand outside movements, outside activities, little bit, whatever we are doing in our daily life, not enough to get into the inner structure of our body, physically, even physically. Also, overall structure of our body. That's why asana practice is necessary, which helps to go to that inner side. Also, it is not simply asana practice, the asana practice which is required as per your body condition. So very, very less people practice that way. Even in Iyengar yoga. Many years they may practice, but still the practice may be not necessarily as per their body condition. So all these factors we need to look into. Is there any way to release? Definitely can be done. Consistently sitting, practicing asana as per your body condition before pranayama practice, using the props in a right way. We can guaranteely sit for 30 minutes one side, changing the leg, then other 30 minutes. It will not really take many years. As we are doing online, we have the limitation to work on that. But we look into a few options in coming days. We'll spend some time on that also. But when there is numbness, as you are asking, can you lie down and practice? Yes, definitely. You may not be able to do everything, Nadi Shuddhi, Surya Bedana, Chandra Bedana, these kind of techniques, but you can look into other techniques. Also, we will learn some other postures in coming days. You can try alternative postures. Okay. Then continuation of that, same question. As the last student, would you please talking more details about the sitting position? For example, foot is under the knee or under the root of the thigh. The foot should be standing or flat, and what about the groin, etc. We will do that. Okay. Not only this Sukhasana, we'll look into other postures like Virasana, half Siddhasana, whatever the alternative postures also, additional postures also. Okay, we will do. Me too, my leg also will become numb. Can I do pranayama sitting in Virasana? What's the difference between Virasana and Swastikasana? You can, yes, you can sit in Virasana, which may be not maybe, for many, we can say 99%, not comfortable to sit in Virasana longer than Swastikasana. Short period of time, okay, even if you sit higher. Unless your practice is really achieve that asana siddhi. You have got mastery of asanas. You sit in Virasana, even 1 hour you can sit without any movement. That's why generally it works for everybody when we sit in Sukhasana. And also it's the similar direction of Padmasana, which is the best posture supposed to be, if you are ready. We will look into that in coming sessions. Okay, next. Reflections from last week question about chest pain, as this practitioner talked about chest pain, and breathless in Viloma. After my observation, recently because of the pandemic, I always sleep at 1 o'clock and get up at 5:40. Not enough sleep, and the situation cannot be changed. So according to your suggestion, I mainly adjusted my mind and emotions. Cannot change, then peacefully accept. Let go of the anxiety and annoyance, stable the emotions, find some time to getting more sleep, and reduce one pause in Viloma. So the pain in the chest and breathlessness was not happening in this week. Thank you. Good to know you are able to observe these things. Because a lot of time for many practitioners, very challenging to recognize by observing their own condition. So many challenges are continuing. So sometimes we may not get answer immediately. Before you are able to see that it is that momentary thing, not regular thing. There are situations we don't know the answer exactly. What we can do in that kind of situation? Continuous observation. Looking through different ways. Checking by changing the practice. Looking into all the aspects of our daily life. Okay. So, I am glad you are able to see. And the question also, this morning you guide us and practice the model with pranayama plus meditation. Meditate more than 30 minutes. Can I going on my normal asana practice? You can get into your normal practice, but you need to give certain amount of time between meditation and asana practice. So now you say you are practicing more than 30 minutes. Then before going into asana practice, I would suggest wait for say 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Also, when you start asana practice, you have to start from passive postures or restorative postures. You should start supported Adho Mukha Virasana, supported Adho Mukha Svanasana, or Supta Baddha Gunasana. These kind of postures. Don't straight away jump into fast movement based postures that flow, straight away jumping into Surya Namaskar. But if you do that, you can do again in a passive way. You do the posture as though you are continuing the meditation. So when you are sitting in meditation without any movement of body, now you are moving the body. So the movement should be slow, should be longer in that position. Bring the awareness of every movement. Then you can slowly increase the pace. Provided you have enough time. Provided it is your self-practice. Suppose if you are joining the class, then you can't say. You have to follow the flow, whatever happens in the class. One reason is, as you are doing meditation, that getting into your inner being, it's in that different energy field. Don't get into some forceful movements unless your body is ready for that. You may do that actually. Straight away from meditation, you can jump into Shirasasana and drop down from Shirasasana, going into Tadasana to Urdhva Dhanurasana to again, Tadasana, going into Adho Mukha Svanasana. You can jump also. When you can do that, when your body, mind is ready. That's why I'm giving a general way which suits for everybody. Also taking setting precautions so that overall as a group it works for everybody. That's why this yoga text, the scriptures keep recommending to stay with the master, stay nearby, keep the close connection under the supervision. So it's very easy for both. Then the prescription, the guidance will be according to this particular practitioner, not a general practice, not a general way. Okay, so which is not possible. So whatever we do as a group in a remote way, we just see that whatever the best way to practice safely for everybody. Okay. Your observation when you are doing meditation and when you are going into asana, when you see the link, that transformation energetically, sensually, When you close your eyes, observing, aware of the inner connection, the sensation is different. When the senses opened, eyes opened, ears opened, then when you are going into asana practice, what you are experiencing through the same senses different. So your own observation will help. Okay. Hey, that's all this week or today. We will slowly go into whatever within this practice these days, whatever we are doing, further slowly we add few things. But keep this in mind. Definitely our interest is not to know everything or not to know many techniques. Main purpose, continuous practice. And also with a little bit guidance, it may be even same thing, but when we do that every day repeatedly, that will reveal about your practice, your posture, pranayama, mind condition. Just one nadi should be enough to practice for many years. Still, the body may not be purified. Not just the gross, subtle also. Why? We should not forget we have 24 hours in a day. Asana pranayama practice may be 1 hour, 2 hours. Rather 22 hours, how do we live? It plays a huge role. Every day, as of now. But we have a lot of accumulation of the past. Not only the physical condition, our emotions also, mind condition also. So this consistent practice will help us slowly, first to stay in the practice. Secondly, when we do things repeatedly, then we can go to the depth. The deeper side of the same thing. So here it is about our breath, about our body, about our mind. Awareness of all these things. And also how this regulation of the breath change our energy movement within our body. We will try, we will do whatever we can do. Okay, that's all for now. So we will continue. See you again tomorrow. Thank you all. Namaste.